losing your hair is like losing a piece of yourself.
It's horrible. It's a nightmare.
I would describe it as like going up the roller coaster, you know, where you hear that notch, 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 and you feel, you know, the hill is coming and you're like being brought up there slowly. And you know that tipping point is gonna come where you go downhill.
It's frustrating. You wish there was like a quick fix.
It sounds crazy, but it's like losing your manhood. So yeah, losing your hair is tough. I was in my 20s when I started losing my hair, and I think mentally is the worst part because it's something you can't control.
When I started to notice there's more and more hair accumulated at the drainage after I took a shower.
It was growing thin, and it was growing out, but then like I felt like my hairline was starting to come back, and it just wasn't looking good.
The way that I really knew it was happening was from other people. I was in a long-term relationship at the time, and she looked at me and said, I know that within a couple of years, you know, I've accepted you're gonna be bald.
Oh, have you like thought of like using, you know, minoxidil or like other shampoo products to help like thicken your hair? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, you know, it's like thinning out a little bit in the front. I'm like, okay, like I really didn't notice it. And then when I stepped back and kind of like looked at pictures, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it is.
I think my first reaction to losing my hair was hats, hiding under hats. And I think it was probably some denial. It's natural. You know, you're washing your hair like, oh, so yeah, probably denial and a lot of hats.
The first thing I tried to do was go the other way. So I tried to grow my hair out to like really cover it. You know, like I was like, if I really grow this stuff long, then maybe it, you know, no one will notice.
The next thing I do, I went to my barber. I talked to him. I say, no matter what you do, don't make me look bald, please.
He was like, yeah, you know, we got this powder that we can use. And so he used to fill in all the spaces, and then he would put in a little bit of the powder inside and use hairspray. So I hit it pretty well, but I started to understand that this is not going to be manageable. I can't do this all the time, every time I'm going to get my hair cut.
But also I did some research, and there was products out there. I think at the time, there were like shampoo and conditioner systems, there were like foams, there was all sorts of things you can use. I believe I even tried minoxidil once, but it was like the drops and the oily, and it would like stain your pillowcases. And I remember there was like an itchiness to my scalp, and I think like a shedding or something like that.
Read a bunch of articles, see what helped different people. When you're in the bathroom in the morning, doom scrolling does not help because there's so many different people saying different things. It's kind of like trial and error.
Yeah, I used a shampoo that was supposed to, I guess, add depth to my hair, and I didn't really notice any changes from that.
So then I started looking at these treatments called PRP treatments. I spent probably $500 on those treatments. I mean, they're taking out your blood, it's super painful, and they're kind of like needling your head. If you know tattoos, it's certain parts of your body are more tender than others. So the top of your scalp where there's not a lot of skin, oh, it was painful. I was like, I cannot do these treatments anymore. If this is what it means that I can grow a little bit of my strand of hair, nah, not for me.
And of course, I asked my family member who was also bald, and he recommended me the 5% minoxidil, the foam. I think it's working, because even though my hair is like slowly going back, but it's not as dramatic as before.
The minoxidil drops in the morning, massage that in for about a minute, and then right before I went to bed, the drops again and massage that in at night. I've honestly made it like brushing my teeth.
No side effects from the PRP treatments or the minoxidil, but I would say my pride was pretty hurt. I mean, to kind of spend your money and really kind of putting your eggs in a basket and thinking that this is it, I found the solution, I can't wait to grow my hair, can't wait to look like I'm 20 again, and then for it not to work, I mean, it hurts. It's like soul crushing.
I think after I experimented with minoxidil, I was using the hair fibers, I knew that I needed to try to treat it from the inside out. So biotin, certain vitamins that could help, you make your hair healthy, but it wasn't enough. And then it actually took a client of mine to mention surgery.
For me, the turning point is that if my hair loss has becoming to a point that I cannot groom my hair anymore, or let's say my head is too shiny, I will definitely consider buying a ticket out of the country to get hair transplant.
So the hair transplant surgery it's surgery. It's not the most fun thing. They legit will cut the back of your head like a strip, and then they'll separate it and just implant it, and they're giving you a new hairline.
I was working as a tour guide, so I was not in a high income bracket where I felt like I could pursue some kind of surgery. I didn't feel like I had the discretionary income for that kind of thing. I haven't even ever explored what those costs would be, to be honest.
The day that I got the surgery, I remember writing that check, and it was a big check. I think it was like $5,000 at the time, and that was a lot of money. That could have been a new car, but I put the car on my head.
It definitely felt great knowing that what I was doing was actually working and I was not wasting my money, or I definitely felt more confident too in my appearance. And, I really didn't want to go to the lengths of maybe like a hair transplant, but that could have been something.
So what nobody tells you is you can't just get one hair transplant surgery. You have to get multiple, because I only did it where I was thinning. But then I wasn't stopping the hair around the transplanted hair from falling out.
I also included lifestyle changes. For me, I never touch alcohol for sure, and I don't smoke. So that's why I try to have a balanced diet, and of course, not to stress myself out, and have enough sleep, exercise, all those things what the doctor said.
So I've been taking finasteride probably for over 8 years. Super happy with the results, and insurance didn't cover it. So I think it was like 70 or 80 bucks for my maybe like 30-day supply. It was a little expensive.
The cost for minoxidil, it's relatively affordable. I didn't spend as much as I spend on other medications.
The cost typically for the month, I would say around like 200. That's like going out to dinner. You just think of something that is going to help you and be beneficial and save that, and that's what I've been doing.
But I'm also not opposed to trying things. There's like hair boosting sprays, there's serums. I'll try anything on the market to see if it works. There's nothing to lose. I mean, it's just hair, and once you get older in life, become a father, you realize there's more important things.
During 2021, my son was diagnosed with embryonal rhabdomyosarcoma, which is a cancer of the muscle. The doctors informed us that, he will lose his hair. And it was there I decided, in solidarity, I was gonna shave everything off. I was gonna shave my head. It was gonna be over, that's it. I want my son to feel that he's not alone in this, and that we're here for him. And that was when I shaved my head. And that's when I decided to go bald fully. It's been a journey, and every couple of months we still have to go to the doctor, check up, make sure his levels are great, but he is in remission, and he's my hero. He's the one who brought me where I am right now, and kind of got me to just believe in myself and to watch him overcome what he overcame. I mean, I can overcome this.
I got very lucky because when I did decide to cut my hair short, I got immediate positive social feedback from somebody I worked with who said, I'd been wanting you to do that for a long time. And that felt really good to hear, that like it wasn't the end of the world, it wasn't the end of my youth, it was just a change in hairstyle.
I think being vulnerable and talking about it really probably even like helped the results. And a lot of it sometimes like stress induced, and that can help you feel a little more stress-free, and I just kind of feel better about the situation.
First of all, don't stress, because thankfully there's so many products to help you. But I would say that the hair is only one aspect of who you are.
I think everyone has to make their own decision about what feels right for them, right? And I think I think the important thing that I would suggest is don't let anyone else define that for you.
Your beauty standards shouldn't be given to you by anybody else. Someone shouldn't tell you how you look, and you shouldn't look for validation from other people. Although sometimes it is great to hear somebody say you look great, but do it for yourself. That's where you gain the most confidence.